If you've never dealt with a power-hungry HOA, count your blessings. I thought I was safe. My ranch has been in my family for 3 generations, long before the HOA ever existed. But last year, a shiny new subdivision popped up right on the edge of my land, and with it came Gary, the new HOA president with an ego the size of Texas. Gary decided my rustic eyesore was ruining his pristine neighborhood's curb appeal. Mind you, my property line is clearly marked with fences and signs every 20 feet, but that didn't stop him from sending HOA notices demanding I tidy up my pasture and paint my barn in neutral colors. I ignored every single one. My land, my business. But Gary wasn't the type to take no for an answer. Last month, I came home from a supply run to find 3 guys in neon vests on my pasture. They'd cut my padlock and driven a landscaping truck straight through my back gate. When I confronted them, one stammered. Gary said we had permission to clean up the abandoned lot. Abandoned? I was livid, but it got worse. I heard gunshots behind the barn, and when I ran over, I found my prize breeding bull, Big Red, lying in the grass, dead. One of Gary's so-called workers thought my bull was dangerous and decided to put him down. Big Red wasn't just a pet. He was worth over $40,000 and the backbone of my small herd. I don't remember yelling, but I do remember calling the sheriff right then and there. Turns out Gary's workers weren't even licensed contractors. They were 2 guys he paid under the table to do odd jobs for the HOA, not professionals, not insured, and definitely not supposed to have guns on my property. When the sheriff arrived, Gary showed up acting like he was the victim, claiming my bull charged his men and they feared for their lives. Nice try. My security cameras and my neighbors had footage of the men chasing Big Red with shovels before they shot him. I pressed charges for trespassing, property damage, and livestock cruelty. My lawyer almost laughed when I told him what happened. He called it the easiest lawsuit he'd ever file. Not only is Gary on the hook personally, but the HOA's insurance doesn't cover criminal acts, so they can't bail him out either. I'm suing for the value of Big Red, lost breeding income, emotional distress, and legal fees, plus punitive damages. If the judge hits Gary with half of what we're asking, he'll have to sell his precious McMansion just to pay up. Meanwhile, the HOA board is scrambling to remove him as president. Half the neighborhood is furious. Nobody wants to be on the hook for Gary's cowboy stunt. Last I heard, a petition is circulating to dissolve the HOA altogether. Big Red deserved better. He was gentle as a dog, and my ranch won't be the same without him. But I made him a promise at his gravesite. Gary will pay every cent he cost me, and then some. Out here, we look after what's ours, and we don't back down from bullies.